It's all right, can't see.
Recording was in progress then. Evening, everyone. It's the Paul McNally replay show. It's Friday, the 31st of March. And here's Paul to join us. Good evening, Paul.
Evening, Paul.
And evening to the supporters and anyone else who tunes into this. Well, for the first time, I think, since we've started doing these, both the re and the pre are absolutely sensational.
We've got a smile on our faces.
We've got a smile on our faces because really we beat Workington very handily last week, and then on Saturday we beat Newcastle away in the best performance of the season so far. So let's start with the re. So Workington, I think have we already talked about Workington?
I think we've touched on it last time, but
yeah,
look, we'll just retouch on it, and that performance was outstanding.
It was. We were previewing Workington ahead of. Doesn't matter. Go on. Talk about Newcastle. That's right. Forget Workington. Talk about Newcastle.
Workington, we won 3-0. We were flying. We've carried that over into Saturday. Tough conditions, as you know. The ground there was potentially waterlogged at one stage. Do you know what I mean? It was heavy ground, wasn't it? And we played on it. And I thought our football was quality, to be fair. I thought we got the ball down, played football in the right way. We went ahead. It was around 30 minutes. We went ahead. There was nothing in the game at that time. And then we had another couple of opportunities after it, right on half time, to go 2-3-0 up, but never materialised. Then after half time, gotta say, I thought the lads were outstanding. They were. I did say to them at half time, look, 1-0, they're going to come at us. Expect a little bit of a response, bombardment. That never happened. That never happened because our lads didn't let it happen, and they controlled the game. They dominated it, and some of the football we played on a pitch that was boggy was probably no better than a local pitch. Do you know what I mean? I've seen better pitches at the Dockers. Do you know what I mean? On the day. Do you know what I mean? And I thought we were outstanding. Do you know what I mean? To a man, and that's the best compliment I can give the lads on that
day. Just to touch on the pitch at half time, you have to go in for the sandwiches and talk to the other directors of the club and that, and the Newcastle hotel, I presume it was the chairman, I don't know who it was, but was saying they have 30 cup finals on that pitch and that started already. So not all 30 have started, but they started having cup finals on in kids football, local adult football. They had University of Leek, I think it was, against University of Macclesfield or something.
Kiel University around there today, yeah.
Kiel against someone this week, and then on the morning of the game, a women's match, women, someone on someone, and you sort of going, and what can we do? We could have protected the pitch, but then we can't turn revenue away. And there's a fella from the league there, sort of going, what do you want us to say about it? But the pitch was abysmal, and I thought it affected them as much as more than it affected us. Our lads handled it. Yeah, our lads handled it superbly well. But you're in the National League system, you expect a better pitch than that, don't you? In all honesty, it was very, very poor.
Yeah, I was shocked by it, to be fair, when I was there. But look, the lads were like, we need our wellies on here, our water wings and that. But I was like, get on with it. We've all grew up on worse pitches. We've all played on worse pitches. And to the lads, they did. I just made sure they all had a stud on it. Do you know what I mean? You got defenders wearing moldies and that. But this day and age, most players don't have studs. Do you know what I mean? They don't wear studs. Do you know what I mean? And it's a common thing, but they did. And like I say, I can't fault their efforts. Did I foresee them winning 6-1? No, I didn't. And no one did, because no one goes to there and beats them that many, do they? They're a tough team. They're a tough outfit, well organised, well drilled. Got some young, good prospects as well. And the manager, obviously, he's been around long enough. I think he's been managing them for 5 or 6 years. And I do truly believe that we absolutely tore them apart. And you get them days sometimes on the opposition side, and you get them on our side where we were quality. We controlled the game. We dominated from midfield and in the wide areas, and fullbacks overlapping at times. It was quality. It was good to see, and it was the blueprint for what we want to be like.
I noticed that their manager in his end of the match thing didn't mention us in it, amazingly. No mention that we'd done well or anything like that. But he did say what you just said. He said, you get days where you can't string two passes together, which we've had. And you get days where you can do no wrong, sort of thing. But I actually felt this was more deliberate than that on our part. Yeah, we played very well, but it didn't feel like one of those days for us where everything just fell for us, because we had to battle our way into that game. I thought we were looking very good on the break in the first half. Didn't particularly. Sometimes you feel something in your gut of, oh no, these look dangerous. This is once the game starts. It didn't feel like that at all. I felt our lads were totally in control from minute one. And yeah, we had to battle in and fight our way into the game to deserve to get that first goal. But we had the bar. We had several other opportunities in the first half, which, as you say, we could have. It could have been a lot more at half time, and then the second half we just blew them away. A couple of examples: Jack Hunt it's only the second goal. Bear in mind they're only one goal down when Jack intercepts that ball in midfield, and their man just doesn't track him at all. Jack intercepts it and bombs on, and he's gone. The other fella.
And if that's one of my players, then he's probably not playing again for me.
There's going to be murder, or there would be murder.
And I think the manager was. You can see he had them on the pitch for half an hour after the game, just stood on the pitch near enough, lambasting them. I have seen his interview, and he did say it was the worst performance they'd given 5 years. But I think that takes a little bit from us, because, as you've just said, it wasn't free-flowing football at the start. We battled our way, we outworked them. And then I think we earned that right to win that game comfortably, do you know what I mean? And like I say, that was Workington, similar type of performance, but only we've played Newcastle Town. And you'd say only Newcastle Town, but we've actually kept the same levels of performance, if not better, because there was a spell against Workington where we were similar in the second half, and we could have scored 5, 6 or 7 against them, and even their manager said the same. So it's not a fluke. It's hard work. It's put the wrongs of the previous game before that, which I'm not going to mention, but it was the previous one. We've amended that, and it's been the perfect response, I feel, from the lads. They've been, since that one, they've been excellent in training, in their attitudes, in how they've applied themselves. Everything that we've asked from them, they have took out to the plan, and even better.
And I wonder if it's coincidental, Paul, without getting into specifics, that it's since that transfer window week, or whatever you want to call it, week, we've brought in fresh blood, we've let go of some not fresh blood, and the attitude has been absolutely sensational from that point onwards. Both of those performances, obviously, we'll get into tomorrow, and hopefully they can carry it forward. But as I say, I don't think Saturday, certainly not the Workington game, that was a superb performance on its own, but Saturday was not just one of them days for us where everything went right, because we missed a lot of the chances as well.
Yeah.
We've just done the basics right, and with brilliance on the ball, powerful, strong running, everyone working together, proper team spirit there, it seems to me, built. And I'll tell you what my moments to the match was, I've said this to you before, I think, is when Sonko wins that flick on, his own flick on. He's out of the pitch and they're just knocking it casually back to the goalie. And then Sonko just bursts onto the scene to put the goalie under pressure, who does, and Kevin likes that sensational volley into the goal for 3-0. But that's what I'm talking about, that mentality, just the energy and the desire from Sonko to just do that for you. Brilliant.
That what you're talking about was all over the park though as well. Sonko was doing that, and he was in the picture for that one, and then Kevin scored. But I thought all over the park we were doing that. Max Allen in midfield, he's been immense. Do you know what I mean? He's everywhere. Then he gets his foot on the ball and can play. Kenny Strickland was just sitting, getting on the ball and pulling the strings. Jack Hunt in the full-back areas, Mikey Fitz in the full-back areas, they're just doing the job and the pressing. Do you know what I mean? It's been a joy to watch the last 2 games, and that's I keep saying, the biggest compliment it is. And they make my job easy when they play like that. And hopefully they can continue doing that, you know what I mean? But not every game is the same. And we play derby games, and we play tough games, and we know things aren't going to go our way. But if we keep them same attitudes, we'll win more than we'll lose, put it that way.
Yeah. And you're saying it makes your job easier. It makes the pain in my stomach at the start of a match a lot easier to tell. And you go, oh, thank God it's over, the game's over so quickly, an hour gone and, you think the points are in the bag already. So it was just great. And great to see all the lads sitting in the sun afterwards, having a drink. Those that drink, to some lads who don't mention Max, doesn't have a drink, fit as anything. And a good coach on the way home. So it was just one of them days. Perfect day.
It was a great day, perfect day. We'll take that one, and like I say,
glad
hopefully
I spent it with you.
Hopefully we have a lot more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll have that.
That sets the barometer. Do you know what I mean? The lads have got in the locker, and I think everyone at the club knows that they've had it in the locker. It's just we've needed a couple of performances to come out. Do you know what I mean? And we've huffed and puffed in certain games, and even when it first of all, we huffed and puffed and never got our just rewards in certain games and got beat, and then or drew, and now we're starting to get where we want to be. Do you know what I mean? The style of plays there, we've got a bit of an identity to us now, haven't we? And that's what we want.
But now there's only 5 games left. Honest to God.
No, wish we could carry on for another 25. Can we start the season again and just say it was null and void?
I'd say yeah, but honestly, we're all the volunteers and we're knackered. We just get to the end. Yeah.
It felt like 10 seasons in one, to be fair.
Well, we were talking today in the office, Paul, and obviously everyone will know this, but we're 9 points out of the relegation zone sort of thing, if you like, and we're 9 points from the playoffs, and I've said to you, one or two more wins, we would have been in the playoffs. Not that we're ready really for promotions or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but that's how close it is in this league, isn't it? And it won't be just us. There'll be other clubs sitting there going, we could have done it.
I think every club from 5th, 6th downwards will be feeling, even the ones in the bottom 4 will be feeling, if we could have won this game or that game, we'd be higher up the table, which everyone would be. But I think it's been a strange season, to be honest. Not much between anyone in the league, really, is the top 3, I'd say.
One, yeah.
You're talking Macclesfield, Leeks and Workingtons, and then Runcorn minutes, even to a point, had been immense the first start of the season, but even they've started to get tagged back. So I don't think there's been much else in the league. There's no one really besides Leek that I've seen. I've yet to see Macclesfield this season because I haven't encountered them personally, but I know them from previous, and I know they've took them games to another level. So yeah, I can't see beyond any of them two. Do you know what I mean? And then the rest are just the same, equal, aren't they? And it's who turns up on the day. Do you know what I mean? How many times have we earlier on the season we've absolutely passed the team off the pitch and they've gone, wow, what a team. But we've been beat 2-1 or we've got beat 1-0. And now it's like no one's saying, you battered us there, you're the best footballing team. It doesn't matter in this league. It's about putting results, isn't it? And getting wins. That's it.
Absolutely. 100%.
And having a good spine and a good, strong structure to the side. And I think we're starting to put that together now. We're not finished by no means. We've still got a long way to go, but it bodes well for where we want to go to.
Yeah. No, obviously, clearly, like transitioning. I said that in the press release about the lads who left Jordan or just before the transfer thing. It's still transition. There's still be lads. The footballers will come and go. You've said that. I've always said that to the club, and I know you've been saying it lately. Footballers will come and go. And what we've got to do is not let it affect us and keep building and building and building and get off to a better start next season, and hope it can be a better, less stressful season next year. Hopefully, that's what we can hope for.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving swiftly on, we've got tomorrow. It's the 1st of April. We're not going to make it an April Fool's Day. We're at home to Prescot Cables. For the first time this season, this week, we've gone slightly above them in the table. Which again is testament. Bad start we had. They had a great start, actually. I said that in my programme notes. They went off like a train and we went off like a damn squib. But since you've come in, obviously, that just is testament to yourself and the lads you brought in and everyone who's worked so hard. We're now above them in the table and we're 11th all of a sudden from being rock bottom.
Yeah, look, it's the lads have worked their socks off since I've come in. Obviously, we're still in transition, but the game that we played them up on the Friday night, they were on the ascendancy, weren't they? They were not near enough sixth or something, seventh in the league at the time. I think we might have been bottom, second from third, fourth, I don't know. But they were the superior team, supposedly, on the day. First half, he was. Second half, though, I thought we were the stronger team anyway, do you know what I mean? And possibly could have got a win in a hostile, intimidating atmosphere. But no, I think the way we're moving as a team and a club, I think, yeah, we've got nothing to fear of, and we respect them by all means, and we're happy to have the challenge. And tomorrow it'll be the same. It'll be, if it was just 11 Scouse lads against 11 Scouse lads, it'll still be the same passion and the same desire to win, won't it? And the bragging rights. So all we're looking for is just to try and get a result tomorrow and take us above them still even further, and push the season on till the end and see where we can go. But yeah, when you look at it the way you have since we've come in and we're above them now, I'll take that as a massive compliment. And if we can keep striving for them improvements, then it'll bode well for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't checked the home form, but I know before the Workington game, or was it after the Workington game, we've won 5 out of 6. Or I'm not sure if it's now 6 out of 7. I don't know, but whatever. You know, that's been good. You talked about some of the players in the Newcastle game there, but really, we could just go 1 to 11, couldn't we? And in fact, you can go 1 to
the subs as well.
The subs as well. Come on, everyone.
And the fans in the crowd as well, of how good they was.
Well, that's a good point. I was going to talk about that actually, because we're just starting to see what I would say is like the green shoots of recovery of like, we're just getting over Ellesmere Port. People still have not come back since we had to spend that. You won't know about it, but since we had to spend that season in Ellesmere Port. And at Newcastle, there was new faces. And I was thinking back to the last season when we went to Newcastle. We went quite early in the season. And honestly, I think we had about 15 people there. I mean, they didn't have much more, like, but there was not a lot of away support at that game, which was not testament to anything. It was just like no one was interested. And we went there on Saturday. There must have been 50, 60, 70 people there. They were loud, they were noisy, got behind the lads. And most importantly, it was old faces coming back to enjoy it. And we've seen it at the Workington game as well. And I'm hoping we're going to see it again tomorrow. People who are starting to remember now and go, oh, yeah, I used to go to Pep's and it was absolutely brilliant. We had a great laugh. We got bladdered. We shouted at people and we won football matches. The winning of the football match, Paul, is so key to it, to be honest.
No pressure.
Easier said than done.
Bums on seats. It puts bums on seats, wins. It does. At any club, at any level, do you know what I mean? And yeah, I keep stressing how important they are, do you know what I mean? People think I'm just bigging everyone up, but they really are important. At every club I've been at, if you can build a little bit of a rapport with the fans and they can come in and support us, it pushes you on and it gives the players something to thrive. So you've seen them when we've won and we're scoring and they're running over to them and they've got their own chance for them. It spurs them on. We're not Premier League, do you know what I mean? But it creates that little bit of an atmosphere that people get when they go to watch Liverpool or Everton or whoever they support, do you know what I mean? And that at this level it's huge. And being on the bus with the lads, having a drink with them, you know, some of them are barn pots, our lads, aren't they? But some of the fans are barn pots and it goes down just as well. So it's good. That's what we want, and we want that bond to continue and push on and maybe develop it even further and push it on to a lot. Success goes hand in hand with the fans and they play their massive part and they've got to remember that.
Yeah, you're right. And I've said it on numerous occasions. We know the names of about 600 match-going adult Peps, not kids, adults who are regular match-goers, or maybe not regular, but, you know, every 1, 2 or 3 games. And our sort of key is getting them all together. It's like herding cats. We get them all together. We've got a big crowd, but we find it so difficult to get them all together at the moment. But the rapport with the lads on the pitch, the winning of the games, that everyone's having a good time again. Hopefully, you know, tomorrow will be a good time as well. And we can really, again, it's like the football. It's the same as the team on the pitch. We're transitioning back to becoming a winning team, hopefully, and we'll be transitioning back to getting people back to the match, back to Bootle, back to having a good time, and that helps obviously with the club finances.
Yeah, and once they see, obviously the lads bonding with them, like when they scored, they're running over to them at home. Do you know what I mean? And that's not us saying go and run through them. It's just a natural thing. Do you know what I mean? One of my first games, I ran down the line against Kidsgrove. Do you know what I mean? It's just impulse. You go with it, don't you? Do you know what I mean? You look a plonker running down the line, but you go with it, and that's just how it is.
It was a last-minute winner, Paul. We'll give you that one.
Look, if we scored a last-minute winner tomorrow, I'd be doing the same. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. We all play on our emotions, and it's just from that. It's an impulse thing. But the lads run straight across to them, and you can see what it means to them. Do you know what I mean? To the lads in the crowd. And last week it was a good one, to be fair. Probably the best one. Performance on the pitch, but off the pitch as well, because I thought we filled that stand behind us, and I just kept hearing them. And every goal, I kept looking at them and they were cheering, and it was a boss day. Do you know what I mean? And that only come from the Workington one. The Workington one, they clapped the lads off, and they waited outside out on the side, and they were all there, weren't they? And look, it was a boss day, and it was boss day then, and we're hoping we can have plenty more and just get the fans back, get them on our side again, and let's get them pushing up the tables, because that will be really vital.
It's the more boss days, we'll have it.
Yeah, football without fans is nothing.
Oh, all right. I was on the original protest, let me tell you. Right. Okie doke. Here we go for tomorrow. And good luck. I'll see you tomorrow, Paul, and all the best. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. See you later.
See you nice for that.